that right there, the mini corn dogs, and then you made the comment on Crocs. I got a news item that I need to share with everybody.
Okay. Corn dog Crocs. We got it.
No,
we did
no,
it.
No.
Oh.
No. Corn dog Crocs. No. No.
Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Grim Grinning Dads, the show where three Disney-loving dads share tips, tricks, and a whole lot more. My name is Tyler, and I'm joined as always by Caleb and Charlie. So for today's episode, I thought it would be fun to kind of build our perfect version of Walt Disney World. So I have some categories that we'll go through and kind of debate it out. I think it could lead to some fun ideas and discussion. But before we get to that, I just want to remind everybody that the three of us are travel advisors with Genie Travel Company. And if you would like us to help with your next vacation, Disney or otherwise, please reach out to us on any of our socials or at grimgrinningdads@gmail.com. And as always, the opinions that we share are just our own. We do not represent the Walt Disney Company in any way, shape, or form. All right, guys. So we have a few news items for this week. So I will kick us off. Kind of a surprise announcement. I guess it shouldn't be a surprise since the whole Rock and Roller Coaster area is getting the Muppets takeover. But we had confirmation of a new food cart, which is called Food by Swedish Chef, which makes me very excited.
Good.
Yeah, so there's some cool menu items on here. I just want to hit a couple highlights. The Waka Walking Nachos, which are corn chips with queso blanco, tomatoes, and guacamole. Sounds amazing. The churro drumstick, which, you know, we all know kind of my stance on churros in Florida, but I might have to try this one next time I'm at Hollywood Studios. It is
Wait, is it an actual churro, or is it like a turkey leg rolled in churro?
No, it is.
Are they taking something that makes you super sad and trying to make you happy with it? Like,
well, it sounds like they're trying to make you happy by dressing up a churro a lot. So this one is a churro tossed in mixed berry sugar, then topped with raspberry sauce and sprinkles, and served with a side of chocolate sauce. Sure, I'd give it a try. Okay. It can't be worse than just a regular churro, right? Maybe. And then the other things, not Orlando one. And then a couple drinks on here. One inspired by Miss Piggy called the Pink Lemonade, which is Minute Maid lemonade with guava.
All right.
And pink shimmer mixed in. And then inspired by Kermit, Pond Water Limeade, which is Minute Maid, limeade, green apple, and fruit juice filled pearls. So interesting stuff. Oh, and then for the Caleb's of the world, they will have their mini corn dogs.
I thought they were just selling
which,
Crocs.
Funny enough, are not themed to anyone in particular. They're just there.
So that right there, the mini corn dogs, and then you made the comment on Crocs. I got a news item that I need to share with everybody.
Okay.
Corn dog Crocs. We got it.
No,
we did
it.
No.
No.
Oh.
No. Corn dog Crocs. No. No. But
what would that even look like?
No idea.
Gemini, make me corn dog Crocs.
There are new Mickey and Minnie ears that you can be finding at Disney Springs and a few select stores and the Disney Store online. Crocs has made Mickey and Minnie ears that you can put the little gemmy thingies in them and all that. Yeah. So like Crocs everywhere. Croc ears, Crocs on your feet, Croc bags. They have bags
that's unfortunate.
That look like Crocs. So Crocs are everywhere.
Make it easy to point out all
Disney
the
Ever After
aliens out there.
Yeah, Disney Ever After has them. If you want them, you can buy them. So In other news, Disneyland removes designated pin trading areas and is seemingly discontinuing Magic Band sales on property, which is really interesting to me. The pin trading thing. Let's be honest, the pin trading is getting out of hand in Disneyland. Like they kind of like have taken over Frontierland. Like they come and they set up their stands. They have like fancy lights when it gets dark out so that people can see their pins, and they've overran it. So then they took away their benches and their tables. Then they just gave them like high tables that you could only stand at, and they were small. And then now they have like designated areas, and you can only be there for so long from like this time to this time. And they've banned a lot of things like no binders, no stands, none of that. And you can only trade one pin for one pin. You can't exchange monies. You can't exchange 2 pins for one, vice versa. It is straight up trade one for one, like they do for cast members. It's kind of crazy that Disney had to step in and do that, but they have kind of been taking over Frontierland. So
I mean, I understand them trying to move it and move it away from that like really small funnel area. Like that is a really small width and they took when we were there for the 70th, there were some 70th pins that were being I don't know if they were being traded or if they were being given out at the little kiosk off to the side, but the line there went like all the way back out to almost like to the castle, and it was very wide, and it was like, okay, what are these people waiting for? And then I get up there and it's literally just like a window for them to get their pin and maybe do the trading. So I think moving that is probably a good idea.
yes.
I think that'll be good. But how are they going to trade pins if they don't allow binders? Like, what are they going to do? They have to walk around with a pin board?
Just do it outside the park. I mean,
yeah. So
I think that's the issue is the overcrowding. Yeah.
Yeah.
My thought is that they're gonna. So they've allowed lanyards. You can come in with your lanyard and you have your pins on your lanyard. They've allowed like you could have like a small like simple fold thing. But like having the full pin binder is a no. What they'll probably end up doing, and this is my guess, is that entire area between DCA and Disneyland, that courtyard, I don't even know what they call that.
The Esplanade.
Yeah, that thing. They'll take that over.
Well, but they really can't because the lines, especially in the morning, will stretch out into there. So I don't know that Disney would like that any better. But
yeah, I don't think they will. But that's really their only other option if they want to set up all their stuff. They can't really tell them no out there. I mean, I guess it could, but if it's between the hours of after open and right before close, who cares?
I thought they limited. What I was reading said that they were going to limit it until like 3 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Is that accurate? So
yeah,
from
Disney,
open to 3 p.m.
in the park, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they could certainly, like you said, they could probably do some stuff outside. So in terms of them policing this, do you think that they're going to
they've already had no, so they've had cast members in the where they normally meet up, just standing there policing it. Like they literally have taken cast members and put them there, and then everybody walking in, so security knows, and the people at the turnstiles know, like, hey, these are the rules. Like they can't bring in binders, they can't bring in these things, and like it's just three layers of security, turnstiles, cast member in the park. But they literally have had like 3 or 4 cast members stationed at Frontierland where they normally trade and telling people, hey, can't do that.
So taking this one step further, Do you guys think that some of these rules are going to spill over to Disney World?
Most likely.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it might be a little bit more fluid at Disney World, kind of depending on traffic levels.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, as we've talked about many times, like the advantage that Disney World has is there's just more room for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But
hmm
if it, on their really, really high peak times, I could see them saying like not today, or later in the day, or they'll set up like a designated spot that's like off the main path where there's a lot of traffic, something like that.
hmm
I
Yeah.
like that idea. I mean, I'm a little more concerned about your second news item though, Caleb. People really love magic bands. Is that going to spill
Yeah.
over into Disney World?
So I don't think so. So Disneyland was late to the Magic Band game. And like from what I understand and what I've read, like it was a lot of money to invest into just what they did currently to allow Magic Bands at Disneyland. And that's not including them being able to use Magic Bands for payment or unlocking room doors if you're staying on property. Um, like there's a lot of things that Magic Bands can't do at Disneyland that they can do at Disney World. Now, case in one good point at Disneyland though for like the room doors is there's only 3 hotels that you can stay at Disneyland that could utilize that, and most of the people aren't staying there. So is it worth it to upgrade those doors financially to be able to use Magic Bands? One could argue either way, doesn't really matter. I'm guessing Disney's going, it's not worth the money
Mm-hmm.
to renovate all of our doors to be able to do this. Um, I also don't think it. Disney's probably also looking at it as a way of like, it doesn't make sense for us to add it for payment option either. Um, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the fact that you can't buy a Magic Band in Disneyland or DCA, I don't think they have any either. Is kind of shocking to me because Disney World has them everywhere,
Everywhere.
Yeah.
literally everywhere.
Now they are being pared down a little bit, but you can still find them. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and like you might not be able to find like the designs that you want, but that should have already been known. Like, hey, these are going to be limited run for the most part. Like, we're either going to do a refresh or it's not going to be done again, and like you can find the regular prints all over the place. But I think for Disneyland, what Disneyland needs to do is allow Apple Watches to
Yeah.
work.
That's
Mhm.
exactly the point I was going to make, is like how are they not doing the Magic Mobile Pass the way that
Right.
Disney World does?
Yeah.
Because
I don't get
my
that.
first thought when I saw this story was like, well, the Magic Bands, if anything, they're more useful in Disneyland because you can't do the mobile pass on the watch.
Correct.
So, um, and the whole like staying on property thing. I mean, I have stayed on property once or twice, but that's usually not even a thought in my head when I go out there. So it's
Mhm.
just for all the stuff around the park. Um, yeah, I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to slowly be kind of phased out. Now, they did say that they're not taking away any functionality that's already there. They're
Correct.
just kind of slowing down the sales of them. So, as somebody who has a decent collection of these, I hope they don't go away, because that would feel like a lot of money wasted. But
You're right.
um,
I have
I
one.
guess I see their point. They're probably not selling a ton of them because the vast majority of people aren't staying on property out there. So unless they have those like limited edition, like the 70th anniversary one, they're probably not a big seller there compared to World.
Yeah. And honestly, World sees so many more people, so it makes sense that they have more of them.
Mhm.
But I'm guessing that they're also rolling them back in World as well. We just don't see it because they just have more.
Yeah, I feel
Um,
like somebody posted an article where it was like almost like a before and after, and it was like, the Magic Band display at like one of the stores, a few months ago versus like last week, and it was like half the size of the overall display. So
Oh,
I think that to me just probably reads like they're just consolidating the designs that they're selling on site. There's still a lot of them on the online store, and the resale market for these is pretty big as well if you're looking for some of the limited ones. So they're still out there if you want them, but it just feels like it's not going to be a priority for Disney.
Yeah, which is fine. Just make the Apple Watch do everything that the Magic Band can do.
Yeah, but I already have the Magic Bands. Don't take it away.
yeah, that's
I'm
gonna be
not
a
saying
tough.
take it away, but just add, it's a both and. Make them both work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you, I mean, the stuff that you've talked about so far doesn't account for some of the interactivity of when you're walking through an area, it's lighting up different colors and
Yeah.
vibrating along with the music. That's not something that they would be able to bring over to Apple Watch.
They could
Because
on an
as it
app.
is, they 100% could. The lighting up stuff probably wouldn't. I mean, they could do it, but the Apple Watch doesn't really do anything like that
Right.
at all.
Not
And
I
really,
I
no.
don't. Yeah.
The one thing that frustrates me is I don't know why the Apple Watch doesn't work to unlock my door.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Specifically like when we were at our party in November, trying to like I didn't have an actual key, so I was pulling it up on my phone to be able
Yeah.
to like unlock the door to our room. And that does feel like a miss sometimes. So, but you know what's not gonna miss is Bluey's Wild World at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's going to
Excellent.
be very cool. Starting on May
Segue.
26th, Disney's Animal Kingdom is kicking off the summer by welcoming everyone's favorite blue healer to Bluey's Wild World at Conservation Station. So they're talking about adding a virtual queue, which you apparently can join at either 7 a.m. from anywhere or 10 a.m. inside the park. Um, Once you arrive, the main attraction is a high energy interactive play session. So they're definitely gearing this toward a specific age group, I think, and maybe weird adults that decide to go to it as well. Um, like I really love Bluey, so like that might be something that I would want to experience. Like, you know, get in
Weird
there,
adults.
let loose with Bluey. That'd be really fun.
Play some
Um,
keepy uppy.
exactly, yeah. So they're gonna be doing real life iconic games like Keepy Uppy and Magic Asparagus, finishing with a massive celebration of bubbles. Um,
All right.
so
I could
looks
dig it.
like they're going to add a new habitat to tie into the Animal Kingdom theme called Jumping Junction to see real kangaroos and wallabies.
Mhm.
And
That'll be fun.
exclusive merchandise. Oh boy, are they going to sell a lot of exclusive merchandise.
But yeah, I saw some photos of these, and I'm not gonna lie, if they are selling any of these T-shirts when I'm so I'll be in Animal Kingdom next Sunday, which is 2 days before all of this stuff actually opens. But if the merch is there, I'm probably getting a T-shirt, a Bluey Walt Disney World T-shirt. Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
And they
that
have
makes
ears
sense.
coming out that have Bluey like sticking like out as the ears. Like I think it's pretty cool. Um, so yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm actually very glad that I'm not going to be in Animal Kingdom on the day that opens. So I think that
Would
is
be
going to
wild.
be a zoo, no pun intended. Um,
ah,
but Epcot on that
More
day,
than
I
a
think
zoo.
not a zoo was the original
Yeah,
tagline.
but now it's more than a zoo.
It is more than a zoo. Um, but yeah, Epcot on that day I think is going to be busy but under control. So I think that was the wise choice there. But
Yeah.
let's get into our main topic, shall we? So I had this idea of building our perfect Walt Disney World. So we have a handful of categories. We'll just kind of go round robin. And then at the end, we'll kind of see who has the best kind of perfect vision for what they would like their Walt Disney World to be, and we'll put that out on our socials. And I'm sure we'll get some strong opinions from some folks, one way or the other. Certain ones in particular.
I'm
Who
here for
knows?
it.
Yeah. All right. So our first category is one land to keep as is. So now this is all of Walt Disney World is available. So any of the 4 parks. So what is one land within a park that you would not touch whatsoever? Caleb, why don't you kick us off?
One land that I would not touch at all is Galaxy's Edge Batu. I would not touch it.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Any explanation there, or should we save it for when we all name ours?
Period.
I want to wait till we're all there. Let's wait till we're all there because I want to hear what you guys have to say.
Okay, Charlie, what do you got?
I would say Africa and Animal Kingdom.
Charlie,
that's a solid choice.
Once again, you and I are the same. I also had Africa and Animal Kingdom, and my reasoning is just you just don't touch the safari, because it is so unique, not just within that park, but within anything Disney does anywhere. I mean, there might be little things in the park or in that land that maybe you can tweak, like some of the food options or something, but I don't think it's worth risking that if the safari was going to change at all. So that, also my pick. Good call.
Yeah. See, the only reason why I picked Batu is like they did such a great job with that. It reminded me of how they did Pandora, and like you feel fully immersed into another world. And honestly, from Batu, unless you're at the meeting point between Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge, you really can't see anything else.
Yep.
Like you can't even really see Tower of Terror from there. So like they did a really good job in that whole land with its theming. So I it can stick around. Don't touch it. Don't change it. Leave it as it is.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with you on that end. I mean, in terms of the way that it almost feels like it's like nestled in a corner down there.
Right.
And I mean, it technically is nestled in a corner, but in terms of like you're maybe walking uphill a little bit and then walking downhill. So it's like, not only is it in the corner, but it's like down in the back. Right. So until you get to that one area where you're like, oh wait, is that Woody's backyard over there, like that, Toy Story Land, like that, everything that you're doing, including the tunnel that it takes to get over there, I think is really great. But in terms of Africa, I think that it kind of stands as a reminder of what Animal Kingdom was and
will forever be.
Well, I mean, we've got
hopefully
Joe Rohde influence in that whole area and the attentions to detail that we talk about, and not feeling like you are, I mean, you don't feel like you feel like you're there. Like in Africa, you do feel like you're there, and you don't look around and see like crazy other things that like take you out of the experience. And I just think that it's living history. So I love that place.
I love Animal Kingdom, and I'll say it to the day I die. Animal Kingdom is not a half-day park; it is a full-day park.
Well, it will be. Like Tyler said.
Yeah, I'll report back. In a
what
couple weeks,
you leave?
And see.
Yeah, if you leave at 12. If you leave at 12:30.
So here's the thing though. So we have a dinner reservation at 6 at Yak and Yeti. So I guess the test is, are we busy enough up until 6 if we're rope dropping? That's the challenge.
All the shows.
I think you could be, and that's exactly what I'm saying.
I did get Lightning Lane. I did do the single pass for Flight of Passage.
Hell yeah.
As you do.
So we're going to be able to see all the shows. We're going to do all the walking trails. But yeah, I mean, my concern is that, if we're fully done at 3:30, 4 o'clock, we may call an audible and do dinner somewhere else. Cause I don't know if I just want to hang around for 2 hours.
You could just wait in line for Expedition Everest again.
Go do the safari later at night. Do the first safari and the last safari of the day.
Well, it's going to be high of 91 that day, so I don't think the animals are going to be super active in the afternoon, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
by
Their
the
last,
animals,
well,
you
the
mean your kids.
last.
Both, yeah, both, yeah, for sure. I mean, so my plan was, if we can get up early enough, is to early entry and do the safari like right at like between 7:30 and 8, and then I also have a lightning lane for the safari at like 9. So hopefully we can hit it twice before we have to do anything else. So we'll see how it goes. All right. So our next category is one land that we would level and rebuild. So Caleb, let's hear it.
Tomorrowland.
Okay. So you're saying bye-bye to the classic Space Mountain, the original Space Mountain.
Level.
Okay. Bye-bye to Carousel of Progress.
Yep.
Okay. And what would you bring in its place?
Tomorrowland.
It's so
Okay.
funny. That's exactly what so Caleb and I are the same on this one. Never
Okay, yeah.
again, but Caleb and I are the same. I would
Okay.
literally do the exact same thing that he just said. And what would you do what would you do to bring Tomorrowland? Actually make it about tomorrow again?
Tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
that's hard, because that, you have to update it constantly almost.
We can leave Space Mountain as it is, like the ride structure. But like, let's redo the outside, like kind of what they're doing in
Oh, no, that's not what the question is. Like, you're nuking Tomorrowland and starting over.
Well, right. But like we could leave, like we would reimagine Space Mountain. We would get rid of Carousel of Progress because that doesn't really take anybody anyway. So like, send that back to
Wow.
Disneyland.
We'll take it, thank you.
Send it back to
Yeah,
Disney.
take it back. Take Disneyland, you can have it.
But they're adding Walt to it, aren't they?
Send it back to Disneyland.
Okay, you send it back to Disneyland.
Yeah. We can reimagine Space Mountains, reimagine the People Mover, like, and just redo that whole like, there's no reason why it's as run down as it is. Granted, it's better of the two coasts in Florida. Disneyland's Tomorrowland is so much more run down, but yeah, like we just gotta literally make it about tomorrow. And yes, it would be in a constant state of change, kind of like what EPCOT is supposed to be in, because it should always be about tomorrow.
Okay. All right,
That's my
Charlie.
thought.
So what would you put in its place?
I would also do a new version of Tomorrowland, but I think that you could go. Maybe I wouldn't call it Tomorrowland, but I'm not sure what I would call it at this point. But having so we have currently we have. I mean, Tron is technically part of Tomorrowland too, right?
It is, yeah.
Technically, even though it's in the back corner by itself.
And it's more in Storybook Circus.
Right.
It's back there. But yeah,
Yeah.
thematically it's with Tomorrowland, yeah.
Thematically it's with Tomorrowland. I mean, it feels like it's off by itself, first of all, but that's neither here nor there. It just doesn't feel cohesive, and it certainly doesn't feel like, I mean, I guess we're stripping away a lot of what, original ideas that Walt had. But it just doesn't feel like tomorrow anymore. It feels like, we're we're going back to the 50s and thinking about what they think 20s to 2000s are going to be like. So I think maybe doing some sort of solar punk or cyberpunk aesthetic would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, that's like what it's not Tomorrowland in Paris, it's what, Discoveryland, and it's that like Jules Verne inspired, like
very steampunky,
which gives it a timeless quality, so they don't have to worry about feeling out of date as much. I think that could be an interesting direction, although that's just porting something from elsewhere,
of course.
But that's what
they love to do.
They do love to do that, and I think that has its time and place. But I don't know. I feel like that that one, if we're going to redo it needs to be its own thing. It's an interesting one. All right. So mine, so the one that I chose to get rid of, technically not a full land, but it's part of the wonderful land that is World Showcase. And it's the outpost section in between China and Germany. That is going away, and we're finally, after 40 years almost, going to get a new country in there. And I'm not the first person to have this idea, but we need a Greece pavilion, 1,000%. So
Love it.
Yep.
I would lose the outposts and I would add Greece, because then you can bring in something from Hercules. Imagine the dining you could have. You could do like a
My
signature,
goodness.
like a high-end Greek dining. You could have a quick service with
Euros.
Yeah, I was going to say any kind of wrap. You can imagine skewers.
Anything Mediterranean.
Yeah. The drinking around the world scene would get a huge boost for sure. So yeah, that just always feels like a bunch of wasted space. And I know originally it was intended for another pavilion, but I think it's time. Like not that World Showcase is stale, but would inject a little bit of life over there.
No, they keep doing new things in the different areas, but I think that like that area, it's one that's really, really overlooked. I walk right past it and don't even notice that it's there.
Yeah.
But if you put Greece in there, and I saw Hercules and he's hanging out outside just like flexing and stuff, like I'd be over there just hanging out.
Well, yeah, and just think of like the architecture you could do. You could even do like a show, in the same vein as like the show in Canada or the show in China, but like about like the history of like Greek mythology, and then that could kind of tie into whatever attraction you do with Hercules, because I think Hercules is super underrepresented, just in general. So it gave him a place to shine. And those songs are just great.
At this point,
I don't think he's anywhere. I mean, he pops up on merch every once in a while, but he's not anywhere in the parks that I know of. So that's a big miss. So that would be my pick.
Sure. I like it.
All right. Next category is one new attraction you would add and where. So Caleb, what do you got?
So.
Oh no.
A Casey's Corner ride.
No. No.
A ride where you get into a croc on a track, and the croc piece comes down, and that's the thing that puts you in there, and your roller coaster going through hot dog land.
No.
All right, what do you got that's funny then?
I'm going to World Showcase, and I know that this is it's an attraction. I would add another pavilion, and I would make it more of like that Mesopotamia, Central America, Aztec-y place. And as much as I hate IP going into the parks, but I would put Cusco. And we would have a ride on the roller coaster to Yzma's lab thing and pull the lever cronk. And we were going to ride that because my childhood wants that. We're going to ride all the way to the lab, and it's going to be fantastic. And that's what we're doing.
We're just going to hear even more of Patrick Warburton in Epcot.
All over the place. Yeah, bring him back.
Epcot needs some more of those rides. Like, I was thinking about it the other day because I was going through an itinerary with a client, and I'm like, man, Epcot doesn't have. Granted, it has a big hit in Soarin' and Cosmic Rewind and Test Track and Remy's. Really, all the rides in
Frozen
are pretty heavy hitters. But like, that's one of the beautiful things about Epcot, is that it does reach to all ends of the earth and bring people together. It's the whole point of it. And if we could add a Cusco Topia area, that'd be kind of cool. But you could theme it to like Central America and have the foods and think about that. It'd be so cool.
Well, is that going to be too much in the vein of what they're doing in Animal Kingdom?
No, because
No.
that's tropical Americas.
But based on like the same part of the world, though.
Maybe, probably.
Okay.
I don't care.
And there were always rumors of like a Brazil pavilion as one of the countries that was, so you could make it, you could do a Brazil, but I don't know if that ties specifically into the IP that you would want to use.
It could.
But I think it could. Yeah. I mean,
Well, I mean, you could think about it like El Dorado, right? Like that city is the mythological city of gold in the rainforest in Brazil, so in the Amazon. It could work.
Yeah, it could work.
But like,
okay,
that's what we need. Epcot needs something South American in the World Showcase, and because like that's just a cool place anyway. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I think like there could be a lot of cool options there between like Argentina, Brazil,
Right?
Colombia, like something that could be added. Yeah, I like it. All
Throw
right,
some
Charlie,
Cusco.
what was your pick?
So we're adding a new attraction, right?
Yes.
So my thought was to put something behind the Seas with Nemo and Friends pavilion, a massive expansion back there for Atlantis, the Lost Empire. Bringing in a trackless dark ride, like Mystic Manor, Rise of the Resistance. And so what I wrote was the guests would board the Ulysses, which is the submarine, and they'd navigate a terrifying attack by a robotic Leviathan, and they would burst into a massive glowing subterranean cavern, showcasing. So they could we've seen something like this with the really crazy lighting in Pandora. They could do something like that here, like showcasing the sunken city of Atlantis. So get some IP in there, and then we get some awe science. Maybe they could add some science parts to that as well, and some discovery back to Epcot. Similar to Caleb's idea as far as that goes, is like we need more things. We need more thrill rides. Not that the five that you guys listed weren't like headliners. Like it certainly feels like there's a whole bunch of things in Epcot, but that corner over there, other than Living with the Land, which is one of my favorite things ever,
And Soaring.
we need something else over there.
Yeah.
You know, Moana's walking trail with water is cool, but I don't think it's people. Case in point, my client who was just at Disney, she just checked out yesterday morning. She went to Epcot just to do Cosmic Rewind. Like, you know, like she went there for that specifically. And like none of the other things that were there really like stood out to her, but Cosmic Rewind happened to do that. So my hope
herself
is
a
that
disservice if she's not going to World Showcase.
100%. But she's there with her two grandkids. You know, she's there by herself, and they're now spending a couple days in Daytona. So, you know, sure. I think she wants to just have like a chill time. Yeah, Daytona. But I think
it's not
that
the beach you go to, but that's a different discussion.
Yeah, but you're from Florida, so you know better.
Yes,
but that's where she decided to go.
It's a choice. It's a choice.
It is a choice. So if we brought in something like the Lost Empire, again, it's IP, but it's IP that's not been beaten to death. So I think that would be really fun.
All right. So I am also staying in Epcot, and we are going to revive, but not completely. Well, it's okay. We're going to use the former Wonders of Life pavilion.
Hell yeah.
But we are going to actually update it into what I would call Wonders of the Universe. And I think because of where it is, it ties into Mission Space and Guardians. And this would be sort of a throwback, sort of attraction / pavilion to like old school Epcot. So I'm picturing like an Omnimover that explores like the history of stargazing and space exploration, some interactive exhibits, maybe some dining in there, who knows? But I think that's a very large building that is super underutilized. And I think it would be a cool little nod to the history of Epcot and then be kind of forward looking as well with, the whole idea of going to Mars. Maybe they do like tie into mission space somehow and talk about like, what would it take for us to actually go to Mars kind of thing? Like make it real, like partner with NASA, that kind of stuff. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Ooh, wonder if they
That'd be
could buy
cool.
the rights to Project Hail Mary and bring that in somehow. That would be fun.
That'd be
They get
interesting.
a Rocky translator. Yes, exactly.
If you know, you know.
Exactly.
All right. So our
Fist my
next
bum.
I like it.
one, our next one is one thing you would bring back from the past. Charlie, I have a feeling you and I are going to have the same one here.
We probably do. It would be
But
funny if we did.
Caleb, lead us off.
Figment.
Oh, you mean the original version?
Bring me back the original version of Figment.
You want Dreamfinder?
I sure do.
Old purple beard man.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
All right.
I've seen it on like videos. I've never experienced it. But the videos that I see, I'm like, man, this is just a better attraction than Journey into
Yeah.
Imagination and what it is now. Like, we should have that.
Yeah. All right, Charlie, let's hear it.
The Great Movie Ride.
Bingo.
No way.
Yep.
That's so funny.
100%.
I love that. Like just being immersed in movies and having like the nail in the coffin for getting rid of that was when they stopped doing the guy the indie guy coming on to the ride and like saving you. That was a big miss. So I think to bring that back, it doesn't have to replace Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway because I think people really enjoy that. But we certainly just being able to go through like different classic like movie scenes and be in them. For somebody who really likes movies, I just loved it.
Yeah, and it was the perfect attraction for where it was. Like it just made sense, entering the Chinese theater, and that was the main attraction of the park at the time. Going through a history of movies, as much as I do like Mickey and Minnie's, it doesn't fit thematically there, so it does feel kind of shoehorned in.
Yeah.
And I know people love it, but I guess my argument would be, well, if you really want the good one, then go to Anaheim, and then we can bring back the Great Movie Ride, because then you'll get a better queue, and where it just makes more sense anyway in Toontown. And I wouldn't even be against doing like an updated version of the Great Movie Ride, because I know like those partnerships that they had back then don't exist anymore. So you
Right.
could do a mix of Disney IP stuff. You could have like a scene from like Avengers in there or something like that.
Oh my
but I think there's a way to do it that's like updated and fresh, that's still like relevant. And you have the whole back catalog of like the 20th Century Fox movies that you could pull from also. So it's not purely just Disney stuff, even though Disney owns it. So yeah, I think that would be one. Like just it just felt like that was so of its time, and that represented what that park was. And that's, I've said this before, but like that going away was really the signal of like, okay, this park isn't that anymore.
Right.
Yep. IP World.
Yeah.
Is basically what it has become.
Yeah. Disney's IP studios.
Yeah. That has a ring to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of what they
California
all are.
Adventure.
It's kind of what they all are at this point, like, because there's just nothing like
because
the
IP
original
sells.
ideas. Yeah, but I don't know. Just you got to give people a mix. I don't know.
I agree.
Anyway,
feels like you should.
agree.
Yeah. I mean, Expedition Everest being what it is not from any IP. It's phenomenal.
Right. But that would never happen now.
No.
Right.
Nope. Because there has to be a focal point other than being like, oh, this is the greatest roller coaster ever. They could build the greatest roller coaster ever in the corner of a park, but if they didn't attach IP to it, I think less people would go to it.
Well, right. And it's like, I guess my example would be like, Cosmic Rewind is amazing. And if it didn't have the Guardians, it would not affect my enjoyment of it even 1%, because I'm not a huge fan of the Guardians anyway. You could do the exact same ride with kind of more generic, like space travel theming, and I'm still on board. In fact, that would, that would even open it up to maybe more song selections, different genres and things. So yeah, I don't think the IP helps that one, although I'm sure it's a draw for a lot of people because the Guardians are popular. But I don't know. I just focus on like, let's make a really, really good thing, ride, show, whatever. And then the IP is the cherry on top. It's not necessarily the focal point.
Right. Yeah. Well, like Monstropolis and all that getting built, like it's being built because Monstropolis, not
Yeah.
because of
But even
the ride.
the shows that they do now, it's like they can't just do a really good like original show. There has to be some kind of IP tie-in.
Yep.
And
Like the
so
Villains
I'll go
show?
back. Well, yeah, there's that, or but even like Luminous now has all the like the familiar songs that people know. And to bring up Illuminations again, I will die on this hill that Illuminations is the best nighttime spectacular they have ever done, bar none, and it was fully original. They couldn't do it now. And I think the type of consumer that Disney has is completely different, and I think they engage with it on a shallower level where it's just like, oh, I recognize that thing, therefore I like it,
Yes.
rather than like recognizing something being really, really good aside from whatever tie-in that it has. So anyway,
Yeah.
rant over. We'll clip that one. That'll be a clip this week, I'm sure.
It will be. It will be.
Okay. So next category is one that I am looking forward to a lot. One new restaurant concept. So Caleb, what restaurant are we adding to Disney World?
It's going to be in Magic Kingdom. And it is a haunted mansion supper club.
Nice.
Magic Kingdom has absolute garbage for any actual like sit down restaurants. Let's give it a good one. Let's make it a supper club, and we're gonna have all the fancy stuff. We're gonna have live ghostly performers. We're gonna have candlelit dining room and a dining hall. Yeah, like it's just gonna be awesome, and there's gonna be mansion lore all over the place.
Should I Google what a supper club is?
You don't know what a supper club is?
No. Can you explain to
Google
those of us that
I
live in civilized society?
want you to Google it, and I want to watch your face go. Oh, that sounds great.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. I'm surprised you don't know what a supper club is.
Do you have a name for it, or would it just be the Haunted Mansion Supper Club?
You know, I don't know. I don't know what I would name it.
We have one? There's one in Portland.
Oh, there you go. I think you just booked your next night out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that if I can get to their website, I might
like,
be doing that.
would it be, I don't know, like,
oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah, essentially what it'd be is like if Haunted Mansion and a high-end steakhouse had like a baby. Like that's what we'd get.
Ooh,
With a little bit of like a show element, but
right, yeah,
not,
like
not like full on like dinner theater.
Yeah,
just
no,
like
not dinner theater, but like I can't even like compare that to like what's on the cruise ships, because like that's more of a dinner theater.
not, I mean, kind of, yeah, depending on the restaurant.
Well, I'm saying like, you know, like the Tangled one, the
Yeah,
Frozen,
the Lion King one,
yeah, like those are more dinner theaters. But like if you had like subtle performances here and there in different areas of it, like that'd be fun. I don't know what I would call it, but I know where I'd put it.
Is it next to the Haunted Mansion?
Behind the Haunted Mansion?
I'd get rid of the Harbor House.
Oh, okay.
Put her right there.
That's a little bit sad because I think Harbor House is. I mean, I kind of enjoy Harbor House, even though the food isn't great. I like the theming. The Liberty
but there's
Square
no harbor
theming.
there anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is
Yes.
it fit anymore?
No.
Yeah,
So,
there's no harbor
I guess
there anymore.
It can go. It can go. And if we're
And
replacing it with a
honestly-
full-on supper club,
Right.
that would be
And-
impossible to get a reservation for.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be
You
harder
could
to
book-
get a reservation than
You
Beacon
can book
Barrel.
this one out 120 days out.
Just that one. This is signature dining.
If you're
Right.
only if you're staying in a deluxe resort.
And it's $189 a plate.
Well, yeah, and you have to have the deluxe dining plan and using 3 credits.
3
Correct.
credits.
3 credits. But yeah. But I've even like considered like, what if you took out Harbor House and like even or even like Sleepy Hollow?
Yeah.
Like
Those
that would
waffles,
be
though, man.
well, we just moved Sleepy Hollow. Like we'd put it someplace else.
Yeah.
But like because we can't get rid of the
They're gonna
waffles.
move things.
That's
I
a
would.
pretty Harbor House is a pretty good sized building. I think you could do
Right.
a lot with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm all for it.
I like it. All right, Charlie, what are we adding?
All right. So tucked into a dark, rocky corner of the upcoming villain's land at Magic Kingdom, it's a high energy, chaotic chemistry bar based on the Emperor's New Groove.
Yes.
It is Yzma's Potion Lab and Lounge.
Okay. I'm all
The
for it.
entrance will be hidden behind a moving bookcase. To get in, what does the host have to yell?
Pull the lever, Crunk.
That's it. That's exactly right. They're yelling
Wrong
pull the
lever!
lever. Some sort of failing special effect. And then they have cocktails and mocktails served that look like potions with what dry ice coming out of it, where it's like the smoke that's coming out of those. And then the hook is obviously, I don't do the voice, but so do the potion for Cusco. Caleb.
Yeah. And you have to order it that way. That has to be the rule.
The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. The poison designed specifically to kill Cusco.
Yep.
That poison?
Yep. And it's remarkable too, because like I think what it does is it brings kind of a gold mine of social media and those types of posts.
It'd be great.
Because it's made its way back. Like TikTok,
Yeah, right.
there are people who literally will animate themselves, wrong lever, and then the two of them just like fly through the scene. Like it's just all sorts of really cool stuff.
Put your hands up.
And I guess what it does is it builds off of, so like you have Oga's Cantina, right? Oga's Cantina,
Yes.
I was expecting something a lot more than what it is. I enjoyed it for what it was. They're like batch made drinks, and you're just getting the batch made drinks. That's fine.
Well, and same at Beacon Barrel too.
Beacon Barrel.
Same concept. I think they could do something similar with this. And the only thing that they're really doing is adding that dry ice touch to it to make it look like a potion that they're just bringing to you. And I and a lot of other people would just drink that up.
Well, yeah, and we saw.
Literally.
I mean, the three of us saw firsthand. Like even though they were batched, I would say the quality of the drinks at Beacon Barrel
So good.
were very good. I would say they were probably even a little bit better than Oga's. Although I think Oga's has some more kind of innovative stuff with the fuzzy tauntaun with the foam that makes your lips numb. Like I think that's pretty cool.
Fuzzy
That is pretty cool.
And it's a great name. But yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of IPs that could be potential for something like that. But I really like that because that would fit super well in the villains. And it's clear Disney's leaning a lot into more experiences like that, because I think they know that, it's the folks like us, like the folks that grew up with the Disney Renaissance that are now the Disney adults that have that money to spend and want to enjoy a lounge like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's spot on. That's awesome. Okay, so mine, we are staying in Magic Kingdom. Wow, it's like this park needs some help with dining, huh?
Maybe.
Interesting. But mine is not based on a specific IP, but it is going to be a signature dining, and it is called the Imagineers table. And so my vision for this would be a kind of prefix tasting menu that changes, that is reference to highlights of Imagineering through the years. So your first course could be something inspired by Disneyland. Your second course could be something inspired by the Florida Project. Your third course could be inspired by Tokyo Disneyland, and like so on, like through the years. You could even do like themed events. So like during the Halloween party, maybe they redo the whole restaurant and it's like Imagineering artifacts that are Halloween inspired, like Nightmare Before Christmas. So you could change it up as you go, but prefix menu, limited number of seats, really, really good time. We're bringing a very good signature dining to MK. That's my goal.
Yeah, I'm all about it.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We have one more category to go. What is one ride that we would clone from another park? Caleb, what are we bringing to Orlando?
This one was tough, and it still is tough, because like there's so many great versions of rides from across the world that I'm like, man, like this one would be cool to bring, but it's just a reimagined version of this ride already, and I don't want to replace that ride because I like that ride. So then I narrowed it down to like, okay, which ones are not reimagined versions of existing rides? And out of all of them, the ride that I came to was Journey to the Center of the Earth from Disney Sea.
+1.
Wow,
Dude,
you too?
That is crazy. That is crazy.
That's the one that that's the one that I came to the conclusion. Like, would I like to have pirates over? Sure, that'd be cool. Would I like to have the Beauty and the Beast ride come over? Sure. Would I like to have Rapunzel boat ride? Cool. We've talked about that.
You just named both of mine. I added down to two. I had the Shanghai Pirates or Rapunzel's Lantern Festival. Those
those are cool. Even the Peter Pan ride in Fantasy Springs, like that'd be cool. Yeah. Like, but they're all either reimagined versions of rides that we currently have, or they would be replacing rides that I don't really want to get rid of that we've already got. Like Pirates would just replace for Pirates, and I don't want to replace Pirates.
No, we don't.
Even though it's not the better one. But
are we sure? Are we sure?
Yeah,
sure about that.
Yeah, I'm sure about that. But yeah, so Journey to the Center of the Earth is just an amazing attraction, and I would love to ride that. So when we go to Tokyo Disney Sea, like we're doing it.
Oh yeah,
for sure. Yep. So for me, like where it slides right in, I think it works at Animal Kingdom. Not that we need to add more things to Animal Kingdom, but maybe as an extension of Asia. Or I guess it could be an anchor in Magic Kingdom's expansion pad. So it could be a part over there, but I think it fits better maybe in Animal Kingdom. So yeah, I don't know a ton about this ride other than what I've like seen online, and it's probably one of the things that I would be most excited to check out when we go to Tokyo Disney Sea, because it just looks awesome.
So cool.
So if I had to narrow it down to one, I guess, I mean, as much as I would love the Shanghai Pirates, I think I would go with Rapunzel's. And to go all the way back to, I think it was our Hot Takes episode, one of our first ones, where I said, get rid of Small World and Magic Kingdom and replace it with Rapunzel's. because then you also do the Snuggly Duckling taking over Pinocchio Village House.
Buy Village House.
That's
Seriously.
yeah, buy Village House. We
Kill it
wish
with
she
fire.
never existed. But yeah, I just think like that is number one. It adds an extra attraction, so it's not just replacing. But well, you're adding an attraction and you're adding a better dining option rather than just porting over a better version of something that already exists. And Magic Kingdom needs a glow up outside of the new stuff that they're doing. I think Fantasyland needs some help because those rides just ain't it.
Yep. Fantasyland needs some help.
Yeah. Well, guys, this was fun. I'm looking forward to hearing what the opinions are around this one. So we will put these out on our social media throughout the week and then have the full episode up on Thursday. So that wraps up another episode of the Grim Grinning Dads. Again, please like, follow, subscribe. Find us wherever you get your podcasts. Please find us on TikTok, where we are still on our quest to 2,500 happy haunts. We just a couple days ago crossed over 1,000. We're up to about 1,050 as of recording, which is amazing. So if you guys are listening to us and you're a new follower from TikTok, welcome. But please share us out. We want to get to that 2,500 mark. Thank you all for following along, and please be sure to join us the next time the dads come out to socialize.